legend, host of the panel discussion, Vadims Barisons. Yep.
Hi everybody. How you feel?
You.
Great. Yesterday, Mart was sharing his first experience of Vilnius. My experience was the following. I came by the plane, I get into taxi. The first question from the taxi driver was, "Are you Lithuanian?" It's like, "No, from Latvia." "So we beat you up in basketball. Welcome to Vilnius." But today we're talking about the culture. And some brands follow culture trends, some brands create it. And today we'll explore how media, sport, and brands become culture playmakers, reacting fast, building communities, and learning from both wins, and of course, what we want to hear more, failures. So I would like to invite to the stage Ignas Vyšniauskas, Marketing Communication from Žalgiris, Jonas Žala, Head of Marketing, Lithuania, Baltic Insurance, and Laura Blaževičiūtė, CEO of TV3 Group in Lithuania.
And also keep sending your questions.
Cool. Let's start with the short one. We were talking about the culture and brands, but do you think do brands really can shape the culture, or they just ride the waves that culture is making? Laura, maybe we can start with you.
Hi everyone. I think it's both. If you have patience, you can shape the culture. But sometimes it's simply fast and you have no time, to something to reinvent and just jump in on the ready wave.
Oh, that's nice. Ignas, maybe your point of view of that.
I believe that, there are both worlds, right? So there are some brands that are shaping culture, and as we saw with the Heineken, or as we do with Žalgiris, but there are some brands that are, following the trends and trying to, keep relevant, keep the relevancy. But as Toby also shared earlier today from Uncommon, right? 75% of new brands are dying out, and there's a reason behind it, I believe. And if you're able to set the trend or shape the trend in one way or another, it's way easier for you to stay in this hyper competitive market wherever you are.
Perfect. Jonas, what's your take on that?
First of all, I want to say that it's easier being there than here. The lights are very bright. We probably get tanned from those lights. But anyway, of course they do. We have the biggest channel in Baltics and the biggest sports club in Baltics. Baltic is not there yet. We are more like trendsetters. We create, let's say, tech solutions for our audience, and then we set a trend that competitors then follow.
Great. Okay, but then another question, Laura, it's for you. So TV3 reaches millions in the Baltics, and the people are pretty different. And how do you decide for which culture moment to grab on, to use, and to be part of?
We can put the video on. I have.
Yes, we can put the next video.
I actually chose.
The next video. Yeah. Yay, this one.
Christmas. Cool. Christmas is coming. I actually chose 2 videos to share because, from my experience, it's either pain or joy that helps to unite and create some movement. So I remember more than 22 years ago, because I've been with TV3 for 26 years now. And I remember when we started the mass donation campaigns, we were the first to start. And the first one hardly generated 100 liters. And I understood that it will really take lots of efforts to make people trust and think about others. So it took 22 years actually to create this mass donation habit, and everybody does it now, and now it's so natural that the war started, and it's so natural. Everyone wants to contribute. You don't have to explain. You don't have. It's a lot easier to get immediate reaction. And the next one, it's a pity we cannot show. Can we show
We can. Yes, this one.
Yes, and this one I remember 2009. It was like really sad time after the biggest crisis since Baltic's independence. So we thought we need something to boost the nation, something to stay people in Lithuania, and we created this national anthem singing. So now it's more than almost 20 years. Everybody in the same day, on the 6th of July, we sing national anthem, and it's not related anymore to TV3. We had to let it go because now it's everybody's event.
Yeah, that's great because culture is not creating overnight. It takes time and it can be changed within one campaign if you don't know that. But Ignas, sports are full of emotions, culture is all about emotions and iconic moments for sports, and everything happens in real time, very fast, everything changes. But how do you keep Žalgiris at the center of attention?
As you mentioned, it's very easy. We don't have to create any drama. Drama is out there on the court, every night. If we win or lose, if we win, there's joy. If we lose, there's tears and lots of emotions. So our job is, very easy. We just need to capture it, right? And we need to capture it from different angles to not get too boring for our audience, right? So a few things we did, like last season we thought, okay, we have all these professional videographers, photographers in the arena, they're capturing every moment, every shot, emotions after the victory, but it got boring, right? I mean, people are so used to see it. So we thought, okay, if people, can spend half of their day watching, how many parcels their influencers sent out today, maybe we could put a phone into a player's hand and show, these emotions from the POV, right? So filming themselves, cheering, shouting, then filming the fans, and what we did last year, we just started, from the first game that had emotions in it. We just started, putting phone in, MVP's hand and just asked them, guys, please, just when you're running, out of the court, please, film 30-second video. And they started, cheering, shouting. Other players joined them, and it's kind of, selfie videos and photos that immediately became super popular, right? So we try to also, be relevant both for the younger generation, not only people who are watching, us on TV, but then they, try to join us on social media and get this, first emotion from the mouth of the player.
Oh,
Can I
great.
jump in
Yeah, sure.
with a quick comment? We spoke, do we create or ride the wave? So actually we try to jump on your basketball Žalgiris wave and also gender equality wave, and to encourage also women basketball. So we signed that we will cooperate and we will support the women basketball, and it was amazing. Like for the first time they actually had the full arena to play, and so thank you. I think over time we can also grow this wave.
So new partnerships happening on the stage. Great, great. Jonas, Ignas mentioned about the boring. I can't believe the basketball can be boring, especially for Lithuanians, but insurance can be boring for a lot of people. And how you deal with that? Because insurance traditionally is pretty boring, but you try not to be. And what's your secret sauce?
I also wanted to comment about what Ignas said, but maybe that you made a lot of stuff regarding Žalgiris, like the second best team in Lithuania. I'm just joking, of course.
We all saw, which jersey was worn on the stage here.
Oh,
so.
yeah, sure.
Okay, beef is happening.
So, anyway, Yes, insurance is extremely, extremely boring. So don't go work for insurance companies. But anyway, actually, what Baltia did, from the very early on, they decided two key factors. So first of all, they decided that their audience will be young people. So it's like Gen Zs, millennials, and that we will go full tech. So I tried to explain maybe in a cohesive way, so you will understand how it happened. First of all, we had those two products like Extreme and City Combo. So it means that products that are for, let's say, people who like board sports, extreme sports, or City Combo for people who like riding bikes, scooters, and so on. So we needed to target that audience, but didn't know how to do that. We thought maybe to collab with somebody who, let's say, have this audience under the wing. And which brand gives you wings? Red Bull. Yes, Pavelas? Yeah, so he's somewhere there. Yeah, I see you. Anyway, we started to sponsor all the Red Bull events. And actually, now we are already well known among that group of people. And later, from the same guys, we were, let's say, suggested to go into motorsports. So Red Bull already have this driver. He's sponsored by Red Bull, and at least I don't know. I know that in Latvia it's not so popular, but Dakar is like probably the second most popular thing after basketball. So we decided to sponsor, let's say, our own Max Verstappen, Rokas Baciuška. And yeah, so, and actually created a very nice campaign with him that depending on his place in the car, people will get a discount. So his car broke down from the beginning and he had to catch up. Well, there was a lot of drama. By culmination was that he was top 3 and let's say that people got the max discount. But then we tried to target other audiences, like we went into fashion events, we went to rave parties.
But you also did some gaming, I think, the first ones.
Yeah. But for example, to understand how, for example, we managed even to catch those people in different ways. I remember there was an example when for those rave parties, our app launch, we hired tattoo artists, like real tattoo artists, and like people who make piercing, and we created our own condoms because condoms is safety. So why not? So and the next day we had like a more traditional car of the year event, like new cars with Baltia logo and so on. On the second day, the lady came to like brand new Porsche with our logo, and then she took out this condom, of ours, and like she couldn't believe it's the same logo, it's the same company doing that. So it was like an example how in 2 different ways we can like target the same people. We have a collab on Valentine's Day with our most popular sex shop. Yes,
Can we put the pictures on the screen, please?
Yeah.
So people believe that there are condoms involved.
Yeah. So we had various, let's say, collabs with established brands. And yes, what you mentioned, our biggest project actually, it started last year, but mainly it was this year. We went full meta. So we decided to go after gamers through Fortnite.
I think we have some videos.
Yeah, we have some videos there as well. And also, so gamers also buy insurance. For example, you can insure property, your very expensive PCs and so on. But let's say it also was a very nice experience because it was new to us. And we, of course, had great partners in this case. And people could play game, win prizes, and then convert those prizes into real world perks for our app or like other, let's say, our partner prizes.
Great, great. But life happens, and not everything works as you want it to work. So can you share maybe some moments when you tried to be part of culture, but it didn't work. Laura, maybe you can share something?
I have a couple moments from my experience. One of those, I had my first son born, and I thought, I want him to show brighter and more positive Lithuania. So I decided that, it was 2011, I decided that there shouldn't be crime in prime time. So we took, because before TVs used to have like crime hour on the main news. So I said no more crime hour on TV3 News. We took out other criminal investigation shows. We called it the light season. Our competitor did the opposite. They actually opened another crime slot, and it was my worst season ever. The worst season in TV3's history was 2011. And actually, I had to return gradually part of crime. It never came back as crime hours. It's integrated, but society wasn't ready. So one, and another one is I thought that we should encourage people to learn English. So we decided to take off voiceover on TV6 because in Estonia there is no voiceover; it's only subtitles. So the channel went down twice, double decreased in 2 weeks. So my experiment lasted for 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, voiceover was proudly back.
Oh, what a great. So everybody makes mistakes, but I love them. But I love the first one because it's very virtuous, It's a very nice decision of you, and it's a pity that people still want some crime in their life, at least on the TV screen. But Ignas, do you have anything to share that didn't work for you?
We tried to have an esports team back in 2017, I guess, and it was way too early, especially for Lithuanian market. So yeah, we tried to jump on a trend because, like a lot of other teams, especially soccer teams, the football teams, they started establishing esports teams and competing. But it was Spain, it was France where the market was way bigger, and it still is, and yeah, we tried. We lost some money, and the team just ran for 1 season. But we tried. I believe now is it's a way better time to try to do something like that.
Are you planning to do something like that?
Not an esports team, but we are actually having a collab with the biggest Lithuanian gaming streamer, LTU Republic, and we're gonna have a show together where our current basketball players gonna play games, and we're gonna stream them on Twitch and on YouTube, and they're gonna play games against each other, play games against the fans, and then everything's gonna be streamed, and they're gonna discuss and have some laugh. We'll see how that works, and then after the season maybe we see that there's more demand for such content.
Perfect.
I just want to say that we worked with LT Republic for the Fortnite project. They're an amazing team. So
business is still happening on the stage.
Yeah.
Jonas, if there was a case that didn't work for Baltia, or everything works?
Broken condom.
Broken condom, yeah. Actually, there is another story, but very long with it.
We don't want to hear this story.
Yeah, but first of all, maybe it won't be so interesting because all of our marketing team is upstairs. So if I'll say something went wrong, somebody will be under the bus. But what we learned, maybe Laura could also agree, from very beginning we understood that even though, Baltic operates in Poland and Baltic states, and you cannot look at Baltic states as one. We're very different markets, so different. So we created, let's say, solutions to problems that don't exist in other countries, but the execution was so cool. So very early
Condoms
on.
Again?
Sorry?
Condoms again?
Yeah, you love that condoms. I'll give you those prizes after. And the thing is, very early on, we understand that we are completely 3 different markets.
Okay, so culture relevance. Yeah, that was kind of the problem.
I was planning not to say it, but probably I will.
I said it. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay.
from one like Lithuanian branch director, I got this advice while dealing with Latvian and Estonian partners. He said to me, it's better to do it and say sorry later rather than, ask for permission. So
Great, great. But culture is usually about the communities. And for basketball fans, it's a huge community. And and Žalgiris fans are legendary across the Europe, definitely. But how did you turn supporters, fans, into this community, truly community that lives together with Žalgiris?
If we can play the video, just to to understand the emotion. And I heard today Vadims shared with me that some Latvian asked, who's Žalgiris? Is it a beer brand? So no, it's a basketball team established in 1944, but actually gained cultural relevance, I would say, in the 80s, right? And this is a story of of partly how Lithuania gained independence, right? So there were this Soviet Union Cup where Žalgiris used to play, and purely Lithuanian roster led by Arvydas Sabonis, and they were playing against Red Army basketball club, and players from all the Soviet Union. And actually in the 86, 87, 88 we managed to win this cup, right, against the Soviets. And this is when people started coming to the sports hall to watch Žalgiris and actually support Lithuania, because this was kind of
a symbol, basically.
Kind of first moments when Lithuanians understood that we can beat Soviets at least somewhere, right? And this was basketball court, and it kind of gave us this kind of moment. And you could see in the sports hall for the first time like Lithuanian flag shown after like 40 years being under the bed somewhere, right? And this is what actually made Žalgiris a cultural thing, and this is how basketball, I believe, partly and mostly, I would say, is so important and such important thing for Lithuanians, right? Because it helped gained us independence back, and then in the 90s we went to all these Olympics already as a independent country, and we managed to win bronze and other medals, and this is unbelievable, right? And all these fans now, 15,000 packed arena every EuroLeague home game, and they are not coming to see Žalgiris. They are coming to see how Lithuania beats other countries, right? And a few hundred thousand people glued to their TV screen. And Laura will be able to share the exact numbers after the season, because TV3 is gonna stream Žalgiris games, but half of the country is glued to the TV screen, and hearts are beating as one, and they all want to beat the opponent, right? And even the bigger phenomenon, I would say, is when we go to play abroad, right? So we go to all these countries. We go to Germany, to Spain, where a lot of Lithuanian expats are out there, trying to make a better living, and they come to the arena and they take a third or even more of the opponent arena, and they are cheering for Žalgiris. And I believe Žalgiris, as in the 80s, still today is kind of a way to show that you still belong to Lithuania, that you still belong here. Even people who are not coming back to our country for numerous years, they are somewhere out there, but they when they see Žalgiris is coming to their country, they drop everything and they go straight to the arena to show that they are still here, they are still Lithuanian, and they are proud of it, right? So this is how this is how we are still relevant, and this is our job now is basically to try and pass this for the younger generation. And now it's a bit tougher because they're not aware of all the Soviet things, but we need to do these kind of softer integrations, like we invest a lot into lifestyle merch, we invest into apps that you can play and play games on, and this is way softer, but we go to schools and things like that, so we try to keep the basketball relevant and try to pass the torch so basketball doesn't die out, and we still keep this generational phenomenon with the basketball.
Great story from Žalgiris. But modern communities also are built through the apps. For example, and I think Baltic has this app, and is it a new fandom basically through the app, or no?
It's yes and no, because app is like a tool. Yes, it's a core, let's say, part of our business. But still, let's say you need communications, social media events, let's say, to invite, to create those groups that become, let's say, fan of ours. We even, let's say, as you, let's say, can see our friends there upstairs, we create like a community of brands we collab with. We use app in different ways. For example, the Valentine's Day campaign I mentioned, so we created a video game in our app that you can play, break furniture. It's like the furniture you have, let's say, you make love on, so you break them and you get prizes not from Baltia, but actually from our partners, from the Fantasios. So we, let's say, we invite them, but I wouldn't say that it's like the main thing. It's like a core element, but a lot of elements are around it.
Okay, but the question for Laura, because the TV in general has its challenge, and of course everybody has somebody in the bubble who says, I don't watch TV. And though you are really embracing this modern competition, I think, and offering Netflix bundles and other products, and while building technological response yourself, like, does it pay off and does it work really?
You can play video I have. Actually, it's not only Netflix that we cooperate with. We work with HBO, with Paramount, Discovery, because honestly, I think exclusivity belongs to the previous century. There is no place, especially for small countries like us, there is no place for exclusivity. So we really appreciate those partnerships because it's perfect combo. We don't speak enough about the fact that, for example, 85% of Go3 viewing is on big screens. So it's not other devices, it's big screens. And 74% of that is streaming of channels. So you have channels, you have premium content, you have sports. So it's the hybrid solution. Those cooperations, they allow us to offer a lot better product than we would be alone. So it definitely pays off.
Oh, that's great, because it's another example of partnership, like Jonas mentioned through the app. They bring partners and basically competitors, but making the offer better. That's great. Let's do the Blitz round. There will be questions, and you will answer short, if you can, Jonas.
I'll try.
Okay, the quick answers only. So, one cultural trend that brands should stop chasing right now. Ignas.
AI creatives.
Fake sustainability.
YouTube, question. There is a lot of scam, lots of bad context, lots of doubts about measurement. Please check your facts.
Agree. Second one, is it better to be loved by a small group or liked by everyone? Laura.
It depends what generates higher profit margin. Big love or small love?
I would say small group.
Small group. Ignas.
I would say a small group as well, because that's how culture is born.
Great.
You saw my answer was the shortest. Can you?
Another one, in one word. What kills cultural relevance fastest?
Indifference.
Stagnation.
Inauthenticity.
Great. The final one for Blitz. Can a brand be too late to join a cultural moment? Ignas.
I think yes, and then it becomes a parody.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
Shoot. Okay, just the final question, because there are a lot of marketeers, and this is usually the last question in the panels, like your suggestions, recommendations, and basically the culture moves really fast, but we learned that culture needs time. So one cultural shift or trend you expect to define the next year for brands, media, and sport. Let's start with Ignas.
I would say shortly mention the AI. So I believe that create.
We don't want it, but it will influence.
Yeah, but I mean about the creatives. I believe that Paint creatives are working better now than the AI creatives because all of them are looking the same, right? So I believe this is one, and the second one is to integrate your audience as much as possible to let them create and be part of whatever you're doing, right? So especially the younger generation, they want to be heard, they want to be part of especially the brands that they're following, and we need to give them some airtime.
Great. Jonas?
So first of all, if I 100% knew the answer, I wouldn't be here. I would be somewhere in Maldives, in my mansion, or whatever. But what I noticed actually in media and sports, when now companies try to be closer to the fans, like adapt, let's say, a lot how they communicate with their audience. So I would use the word tailor. It happened before, and it's happening now, and it will probably happen in the future. So companies tailor, let's say, their, first of all, products to their audience. They tailor how they communicate with them. And what I noticed, even companies tailor, for example, as employer, they tailor to potential employees, because we have new generation, after COVID, for example, how they have to, let's say, change the way they operate and so on. So I would say that.
Great. And Laura?
While I'll speak, could we show the AI video? I saw you have the... Because I also wanted to talk about AI, because the trend is already started, and I wanted to show the clip that was purely done with AI. And I think for brands it's a great opportunity to think again about the brand campaigns, because at least in the Baltics we have heard for so long that there is no money for video clips, for brand campaigns, only sales campaigns, because it's too expensive. So I think with AI you can really be creative and think more about the branding, not only the sales campaigns.
Great, great insights. Thank you very much. And I think just to finalize that nothing which is, not everything that is measurable is valuable. It's kind of a cliche. Not everything which is valuable is measurable, and it concerns the culture. Because yesterday, during the city discussions, Tartu 24 representative, I think, said the culture is like making seeds in the soil. You don't know if it grows, and it takes time. So I think that we need to just trust the process and have a virtuous goal, and then the culture waves will happen, and we will ride them all. Thank you very much, and we can go to the Slido.
Thank you.
Actually, we have one question from the Slido.
Great.
And let's give the book to Christina. Christina, can you just stand up as well so we can see you? How to detect cultural trends in B2B segment. Is it even possible? Is there culture in B2B? So,
anybody? I think I will start maybe, because I was not able to answer any questions
I will
yet.
give anyone 30 seconds max, 25.
B2B people are still people. So I think that's the main point to remember in B2B marketing, that they're still people.
Everyone likes parties, so I think after the COVID we lost this great moments together of spending time with our partners. So I hope it's back. I hope this culture will be back.
Today is back. This is back. We are back. Parties are
here
back
definitely.
today.
I would agree. The thing is, we're already doing that. We are actually creating like a community of brands who think alike, target the same audience. We're just not in competition. We're just, let's say, give something to each other. That's it.
Nothing to add. Yeah.
Great.
Good. Then we had 3 answers, and thank you to all the panelists and to Vadims. Let's make a quick changeover here on the stage, because, guys, we have 2 fantastic keynotes left. 2 people who will share fantastic insight, what